Here we are again with another Top 10 Game Countdown. This time, the game shall be coming from the Nintendo Gamecube. One of my more favorite consoles. I tend to, lean towards the Nintendo side when it comes to consoles, but mostly for the games. But yeah, Top 10 games. If you have a different opinion from the games I list, or maybe some you think should be on there, your own list, so on and so forth, put it in the comments, make a response video, but I don't expect much since no one watches my stuff. So let's get moving on, shall we? Alright, starting off the list shall be The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. A game everyone thought was going to be shit just because of the graphics, because Nintendo did a troll and showed this awesome video of Link fighting Ganon that was pretty good looking for the time, it was very exceptional, and then they throw out these cel shading graphics and it's like, oh my god, this is going to be shit. And people are still like that, sadly, because even though Wind Waker is one of the top Zelda games there is, it's one of my favorites. I really like it and the Minish Cap a lot. I don't know, Wind Waker's just, it always sat well with me. All the exploring the sea, finding the treasures, all the characters, the referencing to Ocarina of Time even, like you go to, they talk about the Hero of Time all the time. I hate sounding redundant there. And, just all of the characters and the gameplay's fantastic. And the graphics, I really like graphics like that because they don't entirely get old looking where they're so original. It's not like, Mortal Kombat used to be like the best looking game at arcades, and now it's just pixely shit. You know what I'm saying? That used to be the most realistic. I mean, it was basically pictures of people digitized. But Wind Waker shall look good for many years more. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just a really good Zelda game. If you like Zelda, if you like exploration, the general Zelda kind of thing, there's a lot of side things you can do, a lot of other stuff, but it's, a Zelda game. The only thing different is riding on the boat, which talks to you. Very humorous game. I don't know. That's really all I have to say about it. I always have a hard time explaining things, but it's one of the best Zelda games there are. If you like Zelda, or if you like good games, if you got a GameCube or a Wii, give this a shot. It's worth it. Next on the list is definitely one of my all-time favorite series ever, period. And I don't know why. Because there's not a whole lot going for it, you know what I'm saying? Well, let's just skip to the point. You've already seen the picture. Animal Crossing. The first one in America on the GameCube. I think they had a title on the N64 in Japan first, but over here, GameCube, and I loved it. Basically, you play as a dude new to town, right? All of your neighbors, and everyone but you is an animal. And to be honest, until the last two games, I almost thought you were an animal, because if you get a guy, you have this weird hat, and it's like you have horns. I'm like, what kind of creature is this? But anyway, randomized facial expressions when you get off the thing, you answer some questions and it determines, all this and that. Get a house from Nook, who's Nook the Crook, as he's more well known, because, it really saps the money from your wallet, or bells in this case. But you get a house, you can decorate it. It's basically a furniture sim, kind of a simulator, like The Sims, but more fun. I hate The Sims, but I enjoy this game. I know they're similar. I don't understand why, but you do errands, you earn money, you pay for your house, you upgrade your house, you can change the roof color, you can edit the inside's wallpaper, floor, put all kinds of items that you buy from Nook himself, because he's really the only store. But you can change your clothes too, your shirts in this game, but later on they add hats and whatnot you can change too. And one of the best things, one of the coolest things, if you had a link cable for your Game Boy Advance to the GameCube, you could actually link it up and go to an island in the game, which was real cool. The island only had one neighbor, but you could put up a flag and get a tan, get coconuts. It was pretty sweet. I enjoyed it. It's a nice little addition. Going on pretty long here. Animal Crossing, I love it. I don't know why, like I said. Because basically all you do is earn money from fishing and selling stuff, and there's also a museum where you add stuff. There's just a bunch of little things to do, but it's very time consuming, a good time killer, and just a very charming game, very enjoyable. So if you like kind of a slower paced, chill out, game kind of like that, Animal Crossing's your deal. And when I first got it, it came with a memory card, which was awesome because it needed one. So, yeah, moving on. Next on this here Nintendo list is Custom Robo. Now, Custom Robo is a game a lot of people I know haven't played. I know that for sure. Probably no one except me that I know has played around here. But for people of the internet, it's probably fairly well known. Custom Robo is a game. This one in particular, it's the first one to come out over here in America. Even though the over there in Japan and whatnot, they've had a bunch more, which sucks because the games are real good. But basically, you're a dude, you get a robot, a little action figure sized robot more or less, and you beat up other robots, and you can use bombs, traps, change your gun, and that's one of the cool things. You get to customize your robot using parts from other defeated robots, or parts that you just plain bought. Almost kind of like Metabots, but you don't actually rip the parts off the robot and put them on, and you know what I mean. But you can customize the body, the bombs you use, the jetpack you got, the overall body structure, the gun, the missiles. Just so much customization, and it all goes towards your strategy of what you're good with and how you can win more easily. And what's more powerful, very strategic when you're putting the bots together. And if you actually end up with a cool looking one, more power to you. Because mixing and matching parts for the most power, what suits you best, doesn't end up looking all that good sometimes. But all the parts match very well in this game. Moving on though, the story's very good, very long, pretty long story. No voice acting, just kind of noises and a lot of text to read. So I guess like other games, to make you feel more like the hero. So you can put yourself in their place. You go around, do battles, customize. That's really is the gist of the game. There's a versus player mode as well, but you just go through, do that in the story, and the story is really good. It's very interesting because it takes place in a futuristic world where basically what civilization is left is put in these giant domes where everything is authentic. Not authentic. What's the word I'm looking for? Where everything's fake. I don't remember the big, pretty sounding word, but it's not authentic. Like there's plastic grass and shit, you know what I'm saying? Nothing's real no more. And, you go through and you do the stuff and you save the people and you actually don't get the girl. Very disappointing. It's got a very colorful cast of characters. A very kind of surprising enemy. Like the whole game plays you out like you're going to fight this guy, and then this guy steps in and it's like, what am I supposed to do? But anyway, very good game. If you like combat, it's best for you to go watch a video. I can explain it no better than I have. So Custom Robo, Custom Robo, very good. Should play it. Alright, up next on the list is F-Zero GX. The F-Zero series started on the started on the Super Nintendo. That's right. And it's where Captain Falcon came from. That's right. They took a dude that was only driving. This is a racing game. And they gave him a moveset so spectacular it became very, like the Falcon Punch, Falcon Kick. Just, I don't know how they did it. But anyway, F-Zero GX, it's the best game out of the series, in my opinion. It's made by Sega, actually, and we all know Sega can handle speed, and this is a very speedy game. That's what the game's all about. You're traveling in these cars, kind of floating kind of cars, in this very dangerous race which is the F-Zero race, very dangerous. And you can bump people, you get speed boost, you can find health, you can twirl around to knock people off of you. What else? And you choose your car, and there's a bunch of different stats depending on the car you want, and then you can actually change from like A to B to C or something like that to make it aim towards more acceleration or speed. And you can actually make your own car and put your own emblem on it, which is pretty cool too. A lot of characters to pick from, a lot of cars. Very fast game, wild tracks. I mean, these tracks, you have to play it. The one that always stuck in my mind was you were attached to like a pipe of sorts in this big lava level, and you could actually go full circle around the pipe. It was very disorienting, but incredibly fun. And the game is very difficult as well. I mean, I had a tough time with the single player mode. I couldn't do shit with it. I really couldn't. I mean, it was hard. And I'm pretty sure you have to play as Captain Falcon because he is the main character. I usually choose him anyway because he is Captain Falcon. But very good game. If you like racing games, a little bit more on the aggressive side of racing games, this is a game for you. Very fun. Pretty difficult. Overall, a good time. Next on the list is the game that came out with the Gamecube. That's right, I'm talking about Wave Ocean. No, I'm talking about Luigi's Mansion. I can't remember if Wave Ocean came out with it or not. I know it was soon after. Anyway, I'm probably wrong. But Luigi's Mansion, really good game. Really lets Luigi shine where, usually he's in Mario's shadow. Again, he's saving Mario. A really backwards approach to the series. Not seen since Mario's missing, but that's an education game, so. Luigi's Mansion, plays Luigi, obviously. He's scared of ghosts. He wins a haunted mansion. He doesn't know it's haunted. He won it in a contest he didn't enter. It's like, who falls for that? But anyway, he meets a certain professor named Egad, which is, pretty funny, Egad. But anyway, or a scientist, whatever you want to call him. And he gives Luigi what is basically a vacuum, and you vacuum up the ghosts. It's basically what every Ghostbusters game should have been up to that point, and what the one that came out for the Xbox was more like. Catching ghosts, at first it's kind of complicated. Like when you first start playing the game, you got to aim the flashlight using the C-stick, which you had to get. The game first came out, you had to get used to the C-stick. So you aim the flashlight with that, and you aim at the ghost, and it shows their heart. Then you hold the right trigger and pull back on the control stick. Well, not back, but away from the ghost to kind of suck it in. And you go through, you catch ghosts, you defeat boss ghosts, turn on the lights, and save Mario. I mean, that's the gist of it. But it's very short game, like a couple hour game if you just kind of go through it. But for those couple hours you really get, it is a really enjoyable game. Very, it has the humor, a very different styled game, which makes it enjoyable because it's completely original. And they're actually coming out with a sequel for the 3DS, because when Luigi's Mansion first came out on the GameCube, they intended for it to be in 3D, and they were going to make a peripheral to put on there, but they ended up not. So put it on the 3DS. Understand that, because they want to do the 3D thing, but come on. I would have waited for it to be on the Wii U. I really would have. To me, that seems like it deserves a console release, but I understand that handhelds are more like consoles nowadays. Shit, I heard the 3DS has the power of the GameCube, which is kind of unbelievable. I don't believe it. I assume it's close to it, but anyway, I'm off topic here. Luigi's Mansion, very good game. You should play it. Yeah. Another Mario game is up on this list, son. But since Luigi, Mario, very two different types of games we're talking about here, I didn't mind putting them both on. We're talking about Mario Sunshine. It's considered to be a black sheep of the Mario series. Kind of like how, it's a good example. Black sheep. Can't think of nothing. Brain fart. Anyway, Mario Sunshine. The reason, it's hard to describe, but I love the game. Let's get to that. The game's awesome. Basically, you go, Peach and Mario and some Toads go on a vacation to Isle Delfino, nice island shaped like a dolphin, which is pretty cool. It's got a big volcano. It's wicked. With the village folk, the Pientas. I was never sure how to pronounce it. I always like calling them Pientas. I thought that was a little more festive, which fits their character. Which are these big, multicolored dudes, big noses, very goofy looking, with trees on their head. So, tree people. But there's other people on the island, like the shell people. There's a bunch of new enemies to fight, with some old ones there too. Of course, Bowser's the boss, but this is the game that introduced Bowser Jr., not Baby Bowser, Bowser Jr., and the idea of Shadow Mario's, which is why Mario got stuck and like he has to clean up the place. He uses the Flood. I don't remember the actual name. That's a shortened version. But the Flood is also made by EGAD, who made the Poltergeist, the vacuum for Luigi's Mansion. So I like that, little connections going around. But you go around, you wash off all the stuff, you defeat the bosses, you fight Bowser, you save the princess, you enjoy the scenery. It's a very pretty game. It's just this island scene. There's a sunset level, there's a waterfall, aquatic sort of level, a volcano level, a theme park, just all kinds of stuff going around here. And it's very fun to platform with this Flood, because you can get a rocket mode, a hover mode, a speed mode. You can just go everywhere, and it's super fun. And I'm pretty sure this was the first 3D game, 3D Mario, proper Mario game to have Yoshi back in it. But the only thing is, there's a lot of water in the game, and Yoshi, for some reason, dies when you get in water, which never happened before. It's very weird. It must be that specific Yoshi to that area, which was weird. But, whatever. Yoshi's awesome. And the game's just very fun and enjoyable. And if you haven't played it, that's a damn shame. Don't listen to what anyone says but me on the matter, unless they have the same opinion, because the game is fantastic. It's very good. The only thing I have bad to say about it is that sentence was completely wrong sounding. But anyway, is that Bowser talks, and it's like, that's fucking weird. He has this big, heavy, silly voice. It's like, come on, don't make Bowser talk. It's fine if Bowser Jr. talks, but not Bowser himself. It's just silly. But anyway, very good game. Moving on. Next on the list will be a big curveball for most people, coming from me. NFL Blitz 2003. This is one of the only Let's get this out of the way. I like football games. Madden's good, but I don't like the simulators, which is what Madden is. Football simulators. If I wanted to simulate football, I'd go fucking play football outside. I'm playing a video game. I want it to be unrealistic. My voice went out for a second there. I want it to be an unrealistic experience. You know what I'm saying? That's why for basketball games, I always played NBA Jam, or I think the other one was NBA Street, where you could do these wild and crazy dunks and stuff. I like very arcadey sports games. Alright? That's why I like NFL Blitz. Now, I'm not saying it's incredibly arcadey, but it's nothing like Madden. You go through, you choose your, you can actually customize your own, you can actually make your own character, put your name, choose your number, and if you use certain codes, or I forgot what it was, you can actually play as mascots, which was pretty awesome. Some of my favorites were a dolphin, which is hilarious because it's just hopping around, Ninja, Robot, the Chicago Bear, that was usually my favorite. But yeah, you can play some mascots and upgrade them, and there was a boost meter so you could sprint real quick. But the best part about the game, overall it was fun, the gameplay was good, it all worked very well, and it's goofy seeing the mascots. But the best part about the game was the tackles were so brutal. Like, you tackle someone, and then, say, if you didn't like the guy, but I didn't like anyone apparently if I go by that reasoning, you can keep tackling them once they're on the ground, which was fucking awesome. I would, take someone down, then I'd do a fucking Mario butt stomp, a big Macho Man elbow drop, just a front flip kick. It's just all kinds of crazy shit. And it was so fun. And that really was like the best part of the game, just beating the shit out of people. And then if you sacked them twice, if you sacked the quarterback twice before you got the throw, you got flame mode, where you have infinite turbo, and it's like, oh shit, son, and you're like unstoppable. That's part of the arcade feel. But NFL Blitz 2003, if you like football games or just sports games, I suggest it, because if I like it, it can't be bad. So, moving on. Next on the list is Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Now, because this is a very different brand of Mario game, being an RPG, I thought it okay to put there beside Mario Sunshine. Paper Mario, this game's so good. It really is. The RPG gameplay is fantastic. The partner system's great. Upgrading stuff, the badges, the story and the characters is what gives this game its charm. It's just it's all memorable, it's all fantastic, it's all fun, and you gotta do stuff, and there's side quests, and you gotta get to places, and there's a train mystery, and you get to wrestle. It is just a really good game. And then there's the twist at the end with the final boss, and it's like, oh my god, all kinds of different environments. It's placed on a place that's not Mushroom Kingdom, which tends to be a thing that's, I don't know, I like it when they're not in the Mushroom Kingdom. I don't know why. But, what was it? What was I saying? What was I even talking about? Paper Mario. Boom. Yeah, memorable, very colorful cast of characters. Luigi is so fucking funny in this game. He actually goes on his own quest with his own partners, and they're all like, get this man away from me, he's awful. It's just so funny. And he comes up with these wild stories, and he even ends up selling a novel series, a series of books. And if you actually sit down and read them, they're quite hilarious. I mean, I don't know, it's a very good game. It's very funny, you know what I'm saying? It's got a really nice sense of humor about it. And you can even play as Bowser in classic Mario-themed levels, which is pretty fun. And the story's really good, and you even play as Peach and do some espionage action. Just, it's a very good game. If you like Mario, if you like RPGs, this game's for you. So, or if you like good story and humor as well, so you should play it. Alright, next on the list is Sonic Adventure: The Director's Cut, or DX. Sonic Adventure DX is, an upgraded version of Sonic Adventure, which first came out for the Dreamcast, back when that was out, but added a few things. Didn't change a whole lot, really, but it added a few things like the trial or challenge mode, and you could place Metal Sonic in that mode for Sonic's levels, or, some stuff like that, some little things. But Sonic Adventure is a game people say hasn't aged well, which I'm not going to disagree with, because that's all opinion. I still love the game. I still enjoyed it. I've played it recently. I'm having a good time with it. I think it's aged well myself. But it's a game where you play as a bunch of characters, trying to name them here: Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, E102 Gamma, one of my favorite characters, Big the Cat, and Super Sonic for the final mystery, final boss mission. But it was Sonic's first 3D game, with his first voice acting and the introduction of Chows. And Chows are basically, it's a pet simulator. You go in, you feed them, you take care of them, you give them stuff. It's all fun and dandy. And you could even put them on for the Dreamcast anyway, put them on the Dreamcast weird memory cards, like Tamagotchis, and carry them around, which was kind of cool. I don't think I ever did it. No, I'll take that back. I might have tried it once. But the adventure aspect, hence the name Sonic Adventure, is what I love about the game so much. You go from point A, mission to mission, point A to B. across four main locations, my bad. There's Times Square, not Times Square, fucking, what's it called? Station Square, fucking Times Square. New York! No, Station Square, the Mystic Ruins, both, the part with Tails Lab and the actual ruins part of it, and deep in the jungle. Robotnik's lair, the egg carrier. That's really it. There's a lot to the Mystic Ruins, though. There's a lot going on there, so that I thought that was two, I guess. But anyway, I really like that aspect. It did give it an adventurous feel, going from point A to B, exploring, finding power-ups. First game to have proper power-ups for Sonic 2, not just like Speed Boost, but like the Light Speed Dash and stuff like that. And you'd go around, you'd do missions as all these characters. And another cool aspect is all the characters' stories intertwine with each other, because they had different stories, but some of the parts were the same, and it was all happening at the same time, which is very cool. And the story's very good as well. Robotnik releases Chaos. Chaos gets too powerful. And he basically tries to, he would be the apocalypse for the area. And my voice is going out a little. And it also came with some of the best lines from Dr. Robotnik ever. And I hate that the guy died. The guy that did this voice from Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 died. I think his name was Dean Bristol. I'm not sure about that. That might be the new guy. So don't take that at heart. Some, like, get a load of this, get a load of this, and, no way, I can't believe this, and, just very awesome stuff, but Sonic Adventure, very good. This part's went on way too long. Last on the list, but we saved the best for last, in my opinion. It's that there Super Smash Brothers Melee, or Melee, Potato, who the fuck cares? Super Smash Bros. Melee, the sequel to the original Smash Bros. On the N64. My favorite game on the Gamecube. One of my favorite games of all time. A really solid fighting game. If you played Smash Bros., you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's not like, I don't entirely think it's tournament worthy, because in tournaments they have very specific rules, like, oh, you gotta have this much stock, you can't use these characters, you can't do some of these things, you can't use items. It's like, what the fuck? I'm not even playing the game anymore, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, it just upgraded everything in the best of ways. It gave it an adventure mode, which I wish they just kept that for Brawl, honestly. I mean, and gave it the Subspace and Mysteries cutscenes. I really do, because I enjoyed the adventure mode in Melee way better than the Subspace and Brawl. But that's off the point. Introduced all kinds of new characters, though some clones like Falco and Dr. Mario and so on and so forth. Gave us a lot of new modes, like and a lot of new mini games. It updated target practice. It put in All Stars mode, I want to say it's called. I'm not sure about that. Which was basically an endurance kind of mode where you fought all the characters you have unlocked. And I don't know. I just spent so many hours playing this game, usually with a friend, and I don't know why I like it so much. I really don't. It's just really fun. I always played as Mario. Mario's always been my main character in Smash Brothers. I don't know why, because he's kind of like the Ryu of the series, just kind of in the middle character who everyone else is based around. I just always work best with him. I guess it's just his moveset. I don't know. But I liked all the other characters, and the fact that you could play as Bowser, that blew my fucking mind. I was like, oh my god! Plays the fucking Koopa King and shit, It's awesome. It's a fighting game. You can set items. Oh, I'm the item king. It's not even actually using the items, but throwing them. I can throw an item usually with such accuracy. It just, just across the stage, whoop! Oh my god! To hit someone off. Amazing. And I don't know, it's just a really good game. I always loved it. It's my favorite GameCube game. It really is. This isn't that kind of list where I list them from my least favorite to my favorite, but I gotta put Smash Brothers on top. Smash Brothers Melee. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say about the game. It's very enjoyable. If you haven't played it, that's probably a sin. You should do it. So, yeah. And that's all for my top 10 GameCube games. Now, as I said, you know, if you got different opinions, don't agree, you want to make your own list, like I said, put in the comments, post a video response, all fine and dandy. It's interesting to see what other people like as well. More lists are coming soon. I plan on having a Game Boy and Game Boy Advance one. I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything Sega, because all I've really played from it is Sonic, but, you know, I might get around to it. And once all the new consoles come out, I'll do ones for Wii, Xbox, and PS3. So, hope you enjoyed the video.